Veda Pratama on the 54. And Brian Ariarte has gone from first to fourth.
I'm going to start drilling the pace now. Personal best last time around for the Santander rider by far.
Laps to go. You know, we're not halfway through this yet. There's still plenty to action remains.
Well, looking back down the order then, where are we at? Thompson 6th place. Beñat Fernandez is ahead of him. The quickest rider on track actually was half a second quicker than everybody else that time around pretty well.
Being very sensible, Peter. It's like a very high-speed game of chess. They're in it for the long run now. This is
in 5th. Ramadipa and Singapong 7th and 8th. Danish watching our series leader. He's up.
They fan out across the track. Who's late on the brakes? Ariarte is really good into the left-hander at the bottom.
Group doesn't look like any of them are going to really drop off. Pouillier's made that step up to be a consistent.
To 9th position. Guillaume Plot, yesterday's podium finisher, down in 10th place. Daniel in 11th.
The hill. That's where he passed Ramadipa to win yesterday, and he's acting
podium contender. Gonzalez clearly knows his place very, very well.
And Ramadipa there has gone inside Brian Ariarte to take 4th place, I think. But it's still absolutely superb, and of course it's so crucial. But he's lost now the lead to the number 17, the white helmet.
I'm going to have a look at what he was up to last weekend.
And the point is, I think
Pratama that leads, but only just from Gonzalez. They're spread out across the track. Yaroslav Karpushin. He comes alongside it side by side, Ariarte and Karpushin.
All 5 of them know that you need the slipstream here. Veda's tried to run away with it and couldn't.
Oh my goodness, it's so tight. But Veda Pratama has the advantage. Karpushin back into 2nd place. Ahead of the number now as there are just 8 laps remaining. We've gone past half distance.
And they know that you need the slipstream. So there really is no point in doing anything silly.
11 Gonzalez.
Danish has moved up another couple of spots, Peter. He's up into 7th place now. There he is. Well, this leading group now has become about 17
at this point in the race. Just hang in there. You've got 7 laps to go and a couple of corners.
And this in the middle of this shot, just behind Fernandez there. So Danish feeling a bit more in it. Maybe riders were the only riders not in it. Armand and Yane and Danish at the moment.
Been sorted out over the last couple of laps. And there is the group behind it. It's another.
The pressure's taken off in some kind of weird way. Although Brian Ariarte is much closer in the champ then. So it's in a massive leading group compared to the sort of
slipstreaming battle, and of course it's the 85 of Katsik Singapong there.
Mike can ship to it now as we look ahead from Danish to Ariarte. Maybe Danish's fit times they were putting in qualifying and things though. This is sort of lap times that we were seeing in
Q is his commonly used name. That's a lot easier than saying Katsiak.
Feeling a bit more in the groove and a bit more up for the fight now.
Oh my goodness, it is
and he cuts right up. He practiced 2 actually, Peter.
With the worn tyres.
Exactly.
Yeah, with the worn tyres which they use.
Mike Yu, his mates call him.
I'm just having a look then, David Gonzalez.
Across the front of Beñat Fernandez, goodness me, he squeezed him as much as you possibly can.
For practices, free practices,
qualifying
1 and 2.
A 1:28.0 from
Gonzalez in the Moto3 Junior World Championship last time out in Jerez just last.
And that was sensational.
Okay, right, it is the 54 of Veda Pratama
from Karpushin. So, yes, the tyres distinctly a bit more worn now.
Weekend came away with 9 points, 7th place finish in race 2 for him. So
that still has the advantage, but only just. The white helmet of Karpushin in. Yes, indeed. Okay, there is talking of Karpushin, the pole man. There he is heading the pack.
Certainly taking that confidence from there through to here as we see Singapong up there ahead of
2nd place. Then Brian Ariarte in 3rd. Down the hill they go. Absolutely. And Brian Ariarte in 2nd place. And it may
with Marco Morelli then. So this is the battles for 12th.
Superb stuff. It's 164 kilometres there, 102 miles away. They get up to 100. It'll be that we've just got to pause, calm and nerves a little bit and wait to see it.
13th. So Morelli's found his feet a little bit, hasn't he? What was he doing last time out?
94 kilometres an hour before they scrub off speed into the left-hander here. How it unfolds at the end of the race. Oh, down the waterfall. Marco Morelli takes into third place there.
Last lap around a 2:03.
But it's ridiculous. You know, Marco Morelli, you remember...
Climbing the hill in fourth gear, all the way up here in fourth.
Car pushing, just
picks up the slipstream. Right around the outside.
Oh, goodness me.
Go back to Assen last year, can win a race like he's on a different planet.
Yes.
And then how has he...
Across the front of Uriarte, sorry there, Peter, that was so close. They're being ultra brave through there. But look at
the... can't name it. Carburetors. Beñat Fernandez on the number 7. Sweep
scratching around here for a few points.
Obviously, he started from the back of the grid, didn't get the first lap. But Gonzalez just waiting to pounce on a bunch of these riders that are coming down the waterfall. They fan out.
Up the inside, briefly takes the lead. But, well, who's in front? I can't tell you who's in front.
He would have wanted. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow when the grid has changed up again. 3 abreast towards the penultimate curve. Uriarte up to the inside. Car pusher doesn't want to give an inch, but he's not really.
Still number 7, Beñat Fernandez.
Goodness me, just there was a variety of lines there, wasn't there? I mean, it's won't be.
Yeah. But he just, you know, that's unfortunate. I think
he's forced to. He cuts back up the inside. They go off the track, over onto the black stuff, in towards the final. This is the case that we're seeing now, Peter, is riders not wanting to lead potentially. I mean, it's getting very messy now. He's
a lovely young man. He's got incredible talent, but it just has up weekends and down.
Corner. Uriarte has to give way and move back down into third place.
Yeah, he went from third.
For a lot of them, they don't really want to lead coming down the start and finish straight. They want to be the ones doing the dive bombing, not the ones getting down
weekends. That's just the way it is.
And I do know he's I was just going to say, Maverick Vinales
just to third, just on the scrub, and the brakes into the left-hander. That's pushing the
dive bomb, and it was Ramadipa doing the biggest dive bomb of them all. But it's going to be Morelli who goes through the front, and the management agency Marco Morelli's in, actually, it's part of Maverick Vinales' own agency.
He leads again, and still 15 laps to go. My goodness, I don't know how heartbreak will stand it.
It is Guillaume Plonk going wide, getting all crossed up. It's Morelli leading the way from... Came by the 10 yesterday to sort of instantly after qualifying to see what was going on with effectively one of his riders.
Up the inside, it's the number 11 of David Gonzalez who has a look.
Ramadipa in second place now. That is why then they don't want to be the one that's getting dive bombed. Riders, you know, big part of that agency. It was announced yesterday. Oh, someone's down in the background. Oh, it was Dinesh. Dinesh went down, Peter. I'm sure of it. It is turn 1. So we are seeing more silly sort of antics in the penultimate corners.
There's another, you know, I think.
So I'm sure Maverick himself, a KTM factory rider, can be helping out with that.
Well, that's an interesting point you make.
Lead now by 12 points. Here's what happened. He cuts up the inside, tries to, he goes wide.
We haven't talked too much about it. I think it's back in 11th place. It's the 54 of Veda Pratama.